Hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to the great Chronicles. So we've been investigating this whole mess with the explosion, the instantaneous kinesis, and well, of course it was all fake. So now we're gonna be able to interrogate the engineer who built the machine. Oh wait, no, we're not there yet. We have to do more stuff. Where do we have to go? Maybe at the forensic laboratory. Laboratory. No. Wait, what do I have? Do I have a tripper's card? Okay. Birdcage. Oh, maybe I could show that to the professor. Professor Hairbrain, what do you make of this? Oh, nothing, of course. Oh yes, that's just what we need to prove my hypothesis, isn't it? No. It's nothing to do with your hypothesis, actually. Well, it kinda does, but okay. And take it away! I don't want to be bothered with anything that doesn't assist my science. Alright, keep your abundant hair on. Okay, we can go then. Is Shum's back? No. Don't care about that. Maybe the Lord Chief Justice? Nobody there. Shum's suite, maybe. Nobody there. Experimental stage. Okay, we have Gina. Can we go upstairs? Better not try going up the stairs to the stage area now. Try to bump into the forensic investigation team. Sounds like it could make trouble. Okay, okay. The crystal tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it at such close proximity with my own eyes. Oh, you've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Sato-san? Oh yes, when I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck. But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower. I know. Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Okay. What? Oh, what a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that. Oh yes, unfortunately, the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. It's the god giving us a warning, if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam, and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis. But imagine what might have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. What do you mean? The death toll could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise. Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was just a warning. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time birdcages will rain down on all of you. Oh, your faith is much stronger than I realized. Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by studying alone. there's not much to look at. Can we look at that again? Oh, here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Oh yes, and there's what's left of the green balloons envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel so sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this. Oh, someone has well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Huh. What? Why? What? Why are you saying that? Why are we laughing? Ouch. Bad person. Oh yeah. Oh, investigating the scene? Gina. Oh, we're gonna say the same thing again. I'm actually hoping that we could... Oh, come on. Yeah, alright. It's around there. Can you do what you like? Yeah, I can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm going to be playing with my new friend here. Ah yes, Toby. Oh, Toby's so cute. Apparently we can't look around on the stage now, because the forensic investigation team are at work. Can't you do anything, Gina? In your capacity as Inspector Lestrade? Look, I'd like to help you out. But I'm just trainee, you know? There's nothing I can do. When it suits you, yes. Okay, nothing to see here. So, what now? Take it? No, okay. No. There's no point in showing her any of this. What if we present this? Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, how could this have happened? Oh, you must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the crystal tower was greatly damaged too. I know what happened. Oh, it must have been that. That? The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of frankfurters at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now. Oh, it's divine retribution for my wrongdoing. That's what it is. For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes. Long and illogical. Okay. This report. Ah, there's some sort of lever there. What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing too. Well, since I didn't say anything. It looks like you wind this around in order to draw the bowstring back and create tension. You must be able to fire arrows with a huge amount of force using this device then. In fact, I imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than a Japanese longbow. Ah, I really had no idea what I was picking up when I spotted this at this exhibition ground. More to see. Oh yeah. This groove here must be where the arrows are loaded, I suppose. So I was right. It's a sort of bow with an automatic firing mechanism. This would be perfect for someone like me who catches his ear, the bowstring 2 times out of 3. His ear. In fact, if I'd had one of these, maybe I could have beaten Kazuma in Kyudo archery training. I'm not sure that would be very accepted. It's not really archery if you're using a crossbow. Okay, there's nothing more to see. Is there anything to see on this? No, we've already seen that. Oh, the castle is there. Oh, we've seen that there was, yeah, oil on the back. I already tried that. Didn't like it. I don't know. Let's get home. What to do? What do we do? Do you know? Oh, do you know? I honestly thought I might never have the opportunity to return to Great Britain. And certainly, not so soon. Oh, it's funny. For the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in the Supreme Court in Judicature back in Japan. The Supreme Court of Judicature. Please, Naruto-san. I may have been dressed as a man, but it was a very reserved performance. So, what your father said in his letter about a Ryutaro takedown is reserved? Well, anyway, I'm back here in this great capital now. I'm ready to assist you again, in any way I can. Oh, thank you, Sato-san. Oh, it's my pleasure, Naruhodo-san. Okay, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. What if, can I present her stuff? I don't know. Sato-san, do you see this? Oh, you have such good... No, nothing. I don't want to read all that. There's nothing to do here. What did I miss? Ah yes, the heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side then, of them, you just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you? Oh, the sign says it's the Madame Thespel's special exhibit. It seems you have to pay extra to go inside. I know, can you believe that? Pay more money? As if we haven't been scared enough already? Oh, it's not my doing. Naruhodo-san. Come on, Naruhodo-san. Don't blame it on Sato-san. That old policeman isn't here now, obviously. I still can't believe he just happened to be one of the jury, though. Oh, I'd understood that London had a population of 6 million people. And yet... you do seem to run into the same people disproportionately often, don't you? Yeah! Exactly. That's so weird. Well, don't think there's going to be anything to see here. I don't understand. What are we missing? I think we've examined everything here. No. Oh wait, there's something new. Look at this big thick book here. Oh, it appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensic investigation team's pendings, I think. Oh? What is it? It's clear that the team purchased various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but, well, one entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way? They're buying 500 scalpels every month. What? What? 500? They must be working really hard on dissecting corpses. Oh, I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened too. It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month. What could they possibly be using all of them for? I think they're not actually buying them, they're just, it's a false, it's just disguising their spending. What are you doing? Ah! Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so so you thought you'd snoop around? That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? What, again? Are they also prejudiced? Well, what do you want? Lord Strongheart told us, you see, that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Assman's body, I mean? Oh, so we came to ask you about your findings. On Lord Strongheart's advice. Oh, very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately. Okay. Your findings? So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its examination of the scene? The victim, Mr. Odi Assman, who disappeared from the experimentation stage amid an explosion, and the Mr. Assman, who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower. Well, without question, one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion. What? How can that be? But that can't be right. If it was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out. Oh, let's see. If two people who looked very similar to each other were involved, they could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true, but sadly, in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident. Fingerprints? Oh, they are not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system. But one day, they will be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course. Oh my, but that would mean... that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So, where does that leave us? My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Huh? Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body did move from one place to the other. This hasn't cleared anything up at all. This made the whole thing even more of a mystery. What? Mama, what is this? What? Where did she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? This is a lawyer, dear. Oh? Hello? To meet you? Pleased to meet you? Yes, I'm a defense attorney. Mama? Yes? Can I cut this one up? What? I've never seen inside an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Oh, no fun. Boring, exactly. I think I just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Naruto-san, you're as pale as a corpse. Oh, then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. Can we talk to her? So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor? Keeping a close eye on things, so no impertinent Easterner think they can look around my office. Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible. Yes, you. Oh, she doesn't mince her words. Sato-san. Oh, I think perhaps it's time we left. Okay, let's go. We can then go check the stage again. But not try. Okay. Oh, okay, we can't go anymore. Okay. That's weird. Okay, so what do we do now? Oh, maybe Sholmes is back. He's not. I don't get it. What do we have to do? Just sitting behind the desk. Okay. It's always the same thing. So, oh, well, I imagine if you suddenly found yourself leaving the tent, we'd have so far to go. How true. Perhaps the important people who work in institutions, offices like this, haven't considered such things. Going to take that as a compliment. Ah. Okay, so what do we do? It's weird. I'm gonna try and examine everything, but I don't see what it's gonna do. Oh, what a horrifying scene! A murderer caught in the grisly act. I know. In case you were wondering, it's the one with the big knife that's supposed to be the killer. I don't think anybody would be in any doubt about that, surely. And did you know that according to the description, the bathtub at the back has no particular significance? What? Really? I would have thought it was meant to show that the killer also worked in a bathhouse peddling criminal wares. Aha! We have a new theory. There's nothing else here. Oh, this one's posture reveals his weakness. Sorry? The killer's stance leaves him wide open to attack. I'm quite sure I could see him off. With a subtle takedown, then a subtle squash, and finally, a subtle smash. Alright. And if that doesn't render the culprit unconscious, a subtle slam should finish him. Subtle slam? Oh, I'm sorry. It's rather hard to explain. Lift yourself up and slightly, and I'll demonstrate. Absolutely not. Okay, so there's nothing more to check here. You see, I've been keeping my desk beautifully covered in papers as always. Oh, you really must tidy it all up. Naruhodo-san. No more excuses. But Sato-san, the way I see it, all these papers spreading up on my desk like this are a reminder of my wonderfully diverse daily life. I like to leave them as they are, so I never forget how lucky I am to have such varied experiences. Oh, in that case, you should definitely have a thorough tidy. Then you'll be able to see your papers building up all over again and feel that joy renewed. Oh, I still can't beat her in an argument. And I'm the lawyer here. Yeah, she should be the lawyer. I know. Oh, I'm so looking forward to making you some tea again, Naruhodo-san. Which you think I would like, given that I'm not keen on bitter flavors, but it is Sato-san's tea. And it's amazing what a little cake or something on the side can do. I would dearly love to serve you some sort of Japanese sweet alongside your matcha green tea. But I suppose that's simply not possible given how long we've been staying here in London. Well, I do like the little chocolates you put with my tea. They go wonderfully. Wonderfully. Oh, Naruhodo-san, you wouldn't. You would, wouldn't you? Oh, that gives me a warm glow inside for some reason. I'm so pleased to see all our sea creatures doing so well in the aquarium. Oh yes, the prawns are still swimming and the anemones are still swaying. Obviously, I've been looking after them carefully. At first, I used to drool whenever I looked at those juicy prawns, but not anymore. Like part of the family now. Oh, I don't suppose they'll ever know how close they were to meeting their maker. Your room through here there should be exactly as you left it. I've still never been inside. I've never been invited. Of course not. Yeah, only Iris is allowed in my room. No doubt I'll be hearing you two giggling away in there again then. I left your desk completely untouched, Sato-san, so it would be ready for you whenever you returned. Oh, it's beautifully clean. There isn't a speck of dust on it anywhere. You've been cleaning it in my absence. Naruto-san, whatever next? Well, I couldn't allow my great assistant's desk to sit there gathering dust, could I? Oh, it really is exactly as it was when I left. I was so touched. But sadly, your desk is also exactly as it was too. Well, that's how it should be after all. Oh dear, I'd forgotten how that clean-cut smile can be so disarming. What's that? Oh, I see your Darua still has only one eye filled in. Well, we agreed that it's something we'd do together, didn't we? We could do it right now if you like. I'd be happy with that. Oh, I rather like the anticipation, I think. Naruto-san. Okay, shovel. We've seen everything. Oh, come on now. Okay, give me a sec. I find this really annoying, not to know what to do. I mean, I finally managed to remember this behemoth's name, the Great Analytoscope. Oh, I don't think it was here when I left for Japan, was it? Oh, is that right? Oh yes, because it was with the pawnbroker. Ah, of course. Oh, that's given me a wonderful idea. I could pawn everything that's on your desk. The office will be tidy at last. Oh, don't even joke about this. Sato-san, you are joking, aren't you? Oh no, there's nothing here. So I guess the only thing that's left to do is to present stuff to Hairbrain. I mean, what else can we do? Okay, he doesn't care about that either. Doesn't care about that. Professor, do you recognize this? Oh, it's Andrew. Oh, my faithful friend. How have you been? Are you alright? Oh, nobody's mistreated you, have they? Oh, don't worry, he's being very well looked after. Oh, I always wrap him with machine oil until he's gleaming. Right. And then, when I come to tighten a screw with him, he slips in my hand, and I can't do it. It's that age-old problem faced by driver fills the world over, isn't it? I really wouldn't know, I'm afraid. Okay, no, nothing, okay. Okay. Do you present that? No, it doesn't care. I mean, the rest he won't care about, I don't think. Nope. That's annoying. That's pretty annoying. Let me check. Okay. What are we supposed to do? Prone for murder. Experimentation stage. Forensic laboratory. Okay. Investigating the scene. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wow, that's far-fetched. Alright. So we have to present the card so that Toby can found the man. About this, Gina. You? Yeah, I'm still learning the letters at the moment. I only know A to E. So if you think too much, please in trouble. No, actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. E, how come? There's just dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. Oh, it turns out that this very high quality French machine oil. This is very high quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say. Let's have a whiff then. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. Oh, right. Ja, and Toby. His sense of smell is so good. He can track people over the ocean, can't he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Tripper's workshop. Woof. I think he's picked up the scent. So you mean, if he follows the scent of his oil, Toby could lead us to the Dojiko's workshop. Oh, that's right. That's exactly what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. What? Wait, did you... Once a pickpocket. If I can lead everyone to the Trebor's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Oh, poor Gregson. Right then, Odo. Leave it to me. Sorry? We're gonna get going after the dodgy engineer go over right this minute. Oh, but I'm going. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. Oh, I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh, well. Never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets it in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Ready, Toby? Got that oil scent, have you? Come on then, boy. See ya later. What? Oh, I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to that swindler's workshop. Oh yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Trevor. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? We have things to discuss, and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Oh yes, it's quite possible. He might know something useful, you're right. We have to find him at Madame Tuspel's. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary works exhibit. Oh yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. Alright then, let's go, finally. 23rd of October, Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxworks. Oh, here we are again, at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't got used to the place yet. I'd still like to turn on my heels and go straight home via the confectionery, of course. Sato-san really is after something sweet today, isn't it? Isn't she? Eee! What's the matter? Oh look, Naruto-san, look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before. Oh, it looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find, that's the temporary waxwork himself. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Oh yes, hello again. It's, Ryunsuke. Ryunsuke Naruhodo. Oh, I must say, I'm quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes, the mystery is solved already. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Oh yes. His habitual duties? Alors, do not disturb, eh? Poor Sato-san. She looks very perplexed. Can we go see the thing then? Yeah, no, we can't. Oh. We have to talk to him. Oh, we really do need to speak with Mr. Scholes, and I'm longing to say hello again. But where is he? I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, indeed, my dear fellows, it is I, the world-famous great detective in waxwork, Alex Holmes. Oh. Sato-san! Sato-san! Oh dear. My most humble apologies. Oh, I thought I died and gone to eternal paradise for a moment, via London. My dear madam, allow me to make amends by offering you tasty free detection at some point. As long as it's not of questionable street food quality. Oh, I don't understand. Why are you working as waxwork here, Mr. Scholes? Merely a secret identity, you understand? Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved? We are talking about the waxworks abduction, I presume. Oh, we're talking about the waxworks abduction, I presume. Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was as easy as proverbial pie. Though I confess, I'm yet to partake of a pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far today, for that matter. Oh dear. That stomach rumble echoed around the whole museum. So how did you manage to solve it so quickly? Ah, well, do remember, as I said it was largely solved. Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh yes, it's a most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. In Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. Can you imagine? Because nowadays, we wait. I mean, not everyone has fiber optics internet right now, but back then it was telephone. Telephone, so yeah. That's weird. Oh, this morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate the terms, and in the end, the waxworks was returned. That's amazing. Just between you and I, it would appear the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes, I think perhaps. The ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. But does that not mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary? A fact that I may ask you to keep from Madame Thespels at all cost. A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all. Oh, poor Iris. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork? Yeah. Anagdrepa. We're in the process of trying to track somebody down. Oh. Oh yes, a man by the name of Anagdrepa. He's the swindler who duped Professor Harebrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler and an engineer. Quite the modern man. Oh, he also seems to be a conjurer of sorts, too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clues to go on. That's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. Well, if I knew something of the man and the man's appearance, at least. Well, if I knew something of the man's appearance, at least, I may be in a better position to help. Oh yes, Trevor's appearance. Ah. Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I should gladly give you my thoughts on it. Okay. Customer's death. Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us? My dear Mr. Naruhodo, stay that piercing stare. What is this about? Oh, last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain, about the steamship. Your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. You told us that it was murder, and you examined Kazuma-sama's body. Indeed, and wherein lies the problem? We met him earlier today. The victim, Kazuma Asogi. You're quite sure? Oh, he was wearing some sort of mask and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure. It was Kazuma-sama. Oh, you must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment. The fellow wasn't dead at all? Ha ha ha. Priceless. Wait, what? Eh? I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruto? What? I couldn't believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Sholmes. I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. Are wont to lie? It will serve you well to remember that. I won't to lie. What is what? Please, Mr. Sholmes. Tomorrow in court, you will find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say. Huh? Okay, so he didn't lie. He did lie. Okay. Mr. Sholmes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print? Rights of Mr. Enoch Dropper. The face of the engineer we seek. Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. So looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Oh. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? Oh yes, forgive me. Very interesting this. Very interesting indeed. What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You've turned quite pale all of a sudden. Oh dear, what's going on? I have a suggestion, Mr. Naruhodo. Will you indulge me? Well, what is it? As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxworks has been returned. And I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains. Oh yes, the Professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it? For a mere 5 shillings? That's a special wine time monthly price, you understand? What? The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Wouldn't you like to see the fruits of my labour? Oh, well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone. The price is very reasonable, 5 shillings. I think you'll find it's worth it. Oh. Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes? Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness. I'm not sure. I can never tell with you, that's the point. Oh, very well. It couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings. Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain. I invite you to peruse it at your leisure. I need to check something. Peruse. Peruse. Peruse, yeah. Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit. He's gonna be the same man. Through those heavy curtains at last. What? 5 shillings we've had to pay. Doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped the money into his own pocket, does it? Oh no. We could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives? Is this what makes Britain great? Not to mention, demigod prosecutor taking the law into their own hands, or chip-loving inspectors. Well, Inspector Gregson comes off rather well in that list, I think. What's behind the curtains? 20th of October. Madame Taspel's special exhibit. So ominous. Wait, what is that? Oh dear, I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here. Sato-san, I say we turn on our heels and go straight home via a really big confectionery. Oh, we certainly can't do that. We've paid 5 shillings already. Oh, true. Actually, now I'm looking a little more closely. We've paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. Incomplete. The nerve of the great detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this place. Oh, this must be what Mr. Scholes meant when he said the case was largely solved. Or be that as it may, Mr. Scholes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineer in here, didn't he? But where? Since we've paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we? Oh yes, we will get what we paid for. Is that fair? Fear of frustration that's making Sato-san's voice tremble. Who's that person? Oh, this part of the exhibit is just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. Oh, it seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand too. Look! Perhaps we should investigate in a little more detail. I want to see his face. Can't we see his face? Why can't we see his face? What's this here? Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so I believe it's probably a camera. Ah, a camera, but it's so small. Oh, British technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Shaw's skin prints? I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Shaw's invention as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost on film. We'll just borrow this for a little while, I think. The camera has been entered into the court record. What? By looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, you can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate? It's a piece of glass coated in a special emulsion that reacts to the light coming in through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, we should find it. Let's have a look. Oh, you should see yourself, Sato-san. Your eyes are shining. You really do like machinery, do you? Don't you? I can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just... Oh, do you think you should be manhandling the exhibit? Naruto-san. I'll put it back exactly as it was. I'll put it back exactly as it was, don't worry. Ah. Uh-huh. Oh, what on earth? How can... I don't believe it. A black marble. Naruto-san, is it possible that this man is? Yes. It's an October. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him. Indeed it is. Oh, Mr. Shaw's. This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe. Oh yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? And why does the convict behind him have no head? The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. What a surprise. So then the case is not yet solved, is it? You don't say so myself. Largest souls were my words, I believe. But I must locate the missing head to the street, as Madame would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. A very hungry Iris still awaits my return to Baker Street, preferably with rations. Ah. Oh, do you know, though? Something about this room is strange. Strange? What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not? Indeed they are, Mr. Sato. Do go on. And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really have been... This surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it? I think it's time I educated you a little about the nature of the incident involving the professor 10 years ago. Hmm? The resurrecting convict? I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from the bodies. Oh gosh, an enormous hound? How awful. After taking the life of his victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted. A closed court? So you mean the professor's identity? As you surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in a grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which joins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh. The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. Huh? Came back to life? So, they're setting up one more person who came back to life. He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to those chilling events. Oh, there was a witness? But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat. And a grubber. He saw it happen? The young witness. So, this is a waxwork model of Enoch Drebber. 10 years ago, man, the man did quite age quite a lot in 10 years. I mean, he looks so much older now. The convicted professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old. And now he's 30? He looks like he's much older, but okay. Oh, it's so horrifying. Scared out of his wits, The young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight. Oh yes, as shown in the photograph we have of him. His hair is completely white. For the following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who'd come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame D'Aspel's. I couldn't quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. I can quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what Mr. Tripper was doing in the first place. In a lonely graveyard, in the middle of the night. Yes. What was he up to? Following the execution. What? The professor's act of terror threw London's upper classes into complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systematically employed a dog as a weapon of murder. Ah yes, I can imagine the impact the case must have had. But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did talk of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. Just gonna check this word abated. Abated. Okay. Abated. It was forgotten, dismissed as dubious ghost story, as a preposterous fairy tale. Oh, but why did people stop believing it? Why? Simply because there was no resurrection to speak of, as was established in fact. What? What do you mean? By no resurrection? The police investigated the grave in Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been found, following the convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution. Oh no! But that would mean Mr. Tripper must have lied to the police and the newspapers. That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society, and nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think? Wait, 10 years ago? That's when, Isn't that when... no, I don't remember. When Seto's father was here. Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Trevor's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out-and-out lie. Is that all? Oh, this must be the killer, the fiend known as the Professor. Oh yes, I think so. According to what Madame D'Aspel said, He killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. Oh, the waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place. I know, it looks like it could start moving at any moment, isn't it? If only it had a head, that is. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. There's only the head. So, this is a condemned man. Ah yes, the so-called professor. Oh then perhaps his head was chopped off by a guillotine. Oh, but unable to find peace, he emerged from his grave as a headless ghost. Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Citizen? Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see? Well then, perhaps Mr. Sholmes absent-mindedly forgot to reattach it. Oh, that's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps the thief absent-mindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum. And that would be an extremely absent-minded thief. Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket here. What? It looks like a piece of broken glass. And quite a big piece too. Oh, it's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from? I wonder. I wonder. I suppose it must have been made thick to increase its strength. But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as in a big building, for example. Ah, well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken too. Could that be a clue? I wonder. Oh, you don't mean... Exactly. The Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition. Oh, but why would glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside this waxworks jacket? It makes you think, doesn't it? The piece of broken glass has been entered into the court record. Earlier in court we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. And now we discover this fragment of glass here in this waxwork. Is it just a coincidence? Yeah, it could be. I don't think there's more to look at. What? Oh, Gina. Oh, what the bleeding Noro? What have you gone on? Gina, what are you doing here? What? I asked Iris, and she said this is where it be. So. Oh, Gina, not so loud in the museum. Madame Tasfels will have to take a position as a waxwork. We'll have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful. I think there might be a more pressing concern. I still had some flash powder left from 6 months ago, so... So. Oh, alright, Gina, we understand. But please, put down the gun. Oh, she's not happy. Sorry, I got scared. I should try being the one on the other end of the bell. So, what brings you here, Gina? What brings me here? What do you think? We found it. We found that dodgy Gove's workshop. What? You found Tripper's workshop? Yup. Toby's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others are heading over there now in the drag. So come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. Alright then. See you there. What's going on? You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here, being still. What? I know my place in the exhibit over there. Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself. Let's go, Mr. Sholmes. You're coming. Your words hearten me, I must say. But if I were to shirk my duties here, Madam would have me pay monetary recompense. And Iris's dinner. Forget that. I'll pay for everything. Oh, then there's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once. No, I've had to share the cost for Mr. Schultz, then. No, I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruto. Naruto-san. Oh, thank you, Seto-san. Right, let's go. 23rd of October. Anactropa's workshop. Wow, it's a replica of the machine. Oh, that looks like... Oh, it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Indeed would be so. Not only a prototype, though only a prototype, naturally. Oh, so you're good there then. Martina, well done for finding this place. In such little time, you've really worked miracles. Oh, it's Toby who's the miracle worker. Oh, I thought you lot show up before long. What's with his eyes? Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. Brow? Looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer? Certainly not. We didn't find a soul in here. A soul? Oh, what a shame. Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us a chance to investigate. According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue that you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say go to Paris with a debt of gratitude and pay it now, would I? Why, thank you. Anyway, if you're hoping to snoop around in here, I'll get cracking. Lord Van Zeeks and the forensic investigation team are on their way here as we speak. Oh, them again. I imagine you've got a picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types. Alright. So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we have the chance. And you, Sholmes. Pardon? They take even less kindly to detectives than they do to lawyers. Ha 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 ha. Very droll, Gregson. Very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than inconspicuous. Inconspicuous waxworks model. Right then, let's see what we can find in here. Okay, we have to examine everything. Arrows. Or maybe bolts more exactly. This is... It's a European style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside. Oh, do you suppose? Crossbow bolts, these? And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds. In other words... Yeah, that's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Drummer was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes the whole scam. The details of the crossbow have been updated in the quarter cut. It belongs to Enoch Trapper. Okay, that's good, that's good. And what's that? This door doesn't want to open. Yay. Looks like it's got a pretty hefty lock on it. There's a specialist locksmith on his way over from the yard, so hands off till he gets here. With permission, Inspector, I could have that lock open in less than a minute. Well, you don't have permission, and no one's giving it to you. Oh, Gregson looked as though he really enjoyed that. Oh well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Trevor must have fled at the first sign of danger. Oh, sorry, not for the sound. The machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. There would be serious repercussion if you were to examine it from the Crown and the government. The government. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back. It's quite hollow inside, no working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No loose chests drop on the floor or nothing. Not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fellow. Oh, British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just these two, citizen. What's that? Ah, this appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say? Oh, it's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. Massager. I've no doubt that if you hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away. It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honor. Huh. Would you like a massage? Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. Oh, I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to Mr. Enoch Trapper than conjuring tricks. I couldn't agree more, my dear madam. And how about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Would you like to take it with you? For your tired shoulders, of course. He's not going to let that go, is he? Oh, it's curious though, isn't it? I would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times. The science trophy has been entered into the court record. Okay, let's look at that. What? Oh. Is something wrong, Sato-san? Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it on all. What are you going to be? Right, mind the grease. What? Whoever's in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard. Oh dear. Oh, they run away. Oh my, someone is in there. Oh, this rotten, bleeding lock. My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were countenance, I could unlock that door in less than a minute. Fine, I'll take the rap for it. Just get it through that blasted door. There, you may enter at will. Wait, what? You've confused minutes with seconds, I think. Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for? Okay, let's go. Nothing for it, I suppose. This is an emergency. There's a strong possibility that beyond the door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow. Oh, yes. Wow. What? A bomb? No. A chest. A safe. What happened? What's happening here? Wait, I want to look at the trophy. What's the site? There's a little metal plaque here. Look. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery. Oh, it seems rather ironic, doesn't it? That clearly Mr. Jabba really was a very talented scientist. Also, look at that. This piece of glass is almost as thick as it is wide. Oh yes, I've never seen anything like it. If you were to compare it to a human, only Mr. Sholmes has such thick skin. Oh, there's really no need for such a comparison, Naruto-san, as you well know. Anyway, can only be from the Crystal Tower, surely? Oh yes, I think so too. It was probably made especially to meet the demands of that great structure. Okay. Hey, we haven't looked at what was in the camera. Oh. What a wonderful machine. I really love contraptions like this, don't you? Oh yes, anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible. Almost irresistible, surely. Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I don't help myself. I simply have to take it apart. That's worrying. Oh yes, Father tells the time by the rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch. Oh, poor Professor Mikutoba. There's blood on it. Look, Naruto-san. What is it? On the bellows. Just here, there seems to be some very dark red stain. Oh yes, you're right. It looks like blood, actually. Oh. Oh my. I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. The details of the camera have been updated. In the court record, when the lens is extended, dark staining is visible in the bellows. Okay, that's weird. Need to open that. Oh look, the cover came open. Oh yes, now, there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see? Is something wrong? There's no plate. It's been removed. What? What a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time. Just like the waxworks. The waxwork isn't the actual person. So we'd never have found a photographic print of the executed convict going back to life anyway. Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course. Poor Sato-san, she looks devastated. Also, there would have be some need of developing the thing before we can look at it. But hey. Okay. What's happening here? Okay. Why is everything upside down? Yeah, that's right. What? There ain't no one in here after all. But there must be. It was only moments ago that we heard some noise. Maybe that was the sound of Trevor running away. But there's only one door in this room. And no windows that could afford an escape route. Those skylights are too high. Except there's footsteps on the ceiling. What's that out there? Are there footprints on the ceiling? Blow me, what have we here then? Well, they're all ignoring the big bomb in the middle of the room. Looks like someone is trying to burn something in a hurry. Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. To what? To that Professor Herberin's bombing machine, is it? Blimey, if we had these, there'd have been no need to muck about trying to investigate all that scrap metal. There is something of great interest here too. This rope was lying on the floor at the foot of that pillar. A rope? What's significant about that? Never mind. You see, but you did not observe, Mr. Naruto. Huh? I must investigate the entire room thoroughly, and before the forensic investigation team arrive too. I think, yeah, he used the rope to leave through the window, probably. That's weird. There's no denying it there. There are footprints. Oh yes, it would appear so. And I simply can't imagine how they came to be there. Isn't there a subtle shoot-up or something? Like a subtle takedown, I mean? Oh, I'm no Wonder Woman. Naruto-san. Oh, that would make her almost superhuman, I suppose. What's that doing over there? That's a really lovely model. It looks just like a real flying balloon, and it's green. I think it's probably staying aloft on the same principle as a full-sized balloon, using gas. A green flying balloon. Those are the hallmarks of that amazing deception at the Great Exhibition, doesn't it? Could it be that the whole thing was planned here, in this very workshop? Oh, almost every piece of furniture is upside down. Even Mr. Sholmes' entire suite, even Mr. Sholmes' suite isn't even in this much of a mess. Oh, you're in no position to commit a mess. Naruto-san. I suppose it's not quite the same thing, is it? I mean, it's not messy in here per se. It's that everything is literally upside down. But why? There's a bomb there. Mr. Scholes, have you found something? Oh, Mr. Naruto. Yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this? Let's see. I've never seen anything like it before. Looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped up in letters. Ah! Susan, what's the matter? That's a... Surely that's a time bomb, isn't it? What did you say? Wait, time bomb? Sorry, but, what is a time bomb? Exactly? Hey! Ha 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 ha! You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruto. I'm gonna speak quietly because it's quite late. I won't take that as a compliment. Oh, you don't know nothing though, yeah, Odo. You haven't got a clue what it is either, have you, Gina? I invite you to consult the dictionary later, Mr. Naruto. But this particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a very similar appearance. Oh well, thank goodness. But then what is it? I see, so that's it. Huh? Oh goodness, Mr. Sholes, have you seen to the heart of the matter? There are times when I consider my lot most unfair. Or I'm fated never to know how it feels to flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself. But I have learned to accept the hardship that comes with being a good detective, Mr. Sato. Oh, here we go. I feel a good deduction coming. Once again, I can draw two conclusions from the scene we see before us. The first is that the inverted nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Trevor himself. Oh, but how could you? And the second conclusion is that the small device on the floor here is without question completely genuine. Oh, please, Mr. Sharps, you must explain everything. It would be a pleasure. After all, it is a good detective's civic duty to teach Scotland Yard the finer points of the trade. Oh, that face. Oh well, Inspector Gregson seems delighted with the idea anyway. Ho 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 ho. Oh, you deflected the inspector's glare with such fortitude there, Mr. Sholes. Well done. Oh, you're too kind, my dear madam. I hereby dedicate this good detection to you. Kindly stand just there, Mr. Sato. Oh, yes. I'd be delighted. So, shall we begin? You know what? I think we're going to do the grid detection next time. I'm sorry, but I really have to go to bed. It did start a bit late though. It's very intriguing, all that. I have no idea where this is going to go. I guess we'll see soon enough. Well, thanks for being here with me tonight. I don't know. I'll probably continue that tomorrow. In the meantime, please take care and stay safe. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.